His genius was overshadowed by Johan Cruyff. For people who saw him live, he was the perfect midfielder. He was behind the great successes, but few remember him. Listen to the story of Johan Neeskens, the most underrated footballer. Surely everyone knows Johan Cruyff, one of the greatest legends of football. This player won 3 golden balls, but many do not know that it would not have been possible without Neeskens. But let's start from the beginning. Johan Neeskens was born on August 15, 1951, in the quiet town of Heemstede in the Netherlands. Modesty reigned in his home. His most precious treasure was a ball. He went with it everywhere to school, shopping, and even to bed. He played football all day long on the streets, which finally caught the attention of the coach of RCH Heemstede. In his family, diligence was highly valued, which translated into his style of play. He doesn't stop. You can put him in any position and he'll come back and go forward anyway. Something's got him from the inside, the coach recalls. At the age of just 16, he made his debut in the RCH first team. Neeskens immediately impressed everyone. Despite his weak physical condition, he played very bravely, making tackles and pressing. At the end of the match, he scored a long-range goal that won the game. After the match, his older colleague shook his hand and said, "Not bad for a kid," to which Johan replied, "I'm not here to look good. I came to play." Rumors about the kid from Heemstede spread throughout the Netherlands, and Neeskens was included on the list of scouts of the best clubs. After 2 years, scouts from Ajax Amsterdam came to sign him. At that moment, Johan Cruyff was already shining at Ajax, Neeskens already at his first training session. Cruyff was delighted and told the coach, "This boy is staying with us. He plays as if he knew every inch of this pitch, and he runs as if he had 2 hearts." It was characteristic of him to run and fight from the first to the last minute of the match. He made his debut in Ajax shortly afterwards in a match against Twente. Neeskens played a very good match, and during the break an interesting conversation ensued. The coach said, "If anyone still doesn't know why Neeskens is playing here, they'd better ask Cruyff." To which he replied, "I told you, he's got 2 more lungs than all of us." In November of the same year, he made his debut for the Dutch national team in a lost match against East Germany. In the same season, he won his first trophy, the Dutch Cup, and the first ever European Cup. Neeskens was not a player who scored or assisted. His job was to run, receive the ball, and pass it to Cruyff. After winning the Champions League, he said, "It's not about who scores the goals. It's about who makes it possible for others to score them." It is worth adding that Johan Cruyff received the Golden Ball for this season. Over the next 2 years, Ajax won the league twice and the Champions League twice. "I knew I wouldn't play like Cruyff, but I also knew that without people like me, Cruyff wouldn't have had so many opportunities," he said with disarming honesty in an interview with the magazine Voetbal International. In 1974, he and Cruyff went to FC Barcelona, where, to be honest, they didn't achieve any success. In the same year, Neeskens went to the World Championships, where the Netherlands presented themselves amazingly, and Johan added goals to his hard work. The Netherlands lost in the final 2-1. Neeskens scored the only goal for the Netherlands. He played regularly in Barcelona. He was one of the most important players. However, he had to wait 4 years for his first trophy with Barcelona because it was not until 1978 that he won the Spanish League. "I won't promise you the championship, but I promise that I will leave every fiber of my body here," he said in a radio interview for Radio Barcelona. In the same year, the Netherlands reached the World Cup final again, but this time they lost 3-1 to Argentina. One of the historic moments in Barcelona was when, after losing the match with Sevilla, he was covered in mud with a bloody knee, leaning against the post and shouting to the fans, "We may have lost, but no one will say we didn't fight." At that time, the entire stands were chanting his name. This was something he was known for. He could have lost the match, but the most important thing for him was to give everything for the team, to show everyone how much he cared. A year later, he won the last trophy with Barcelona, which was the Europa Pokal. After the season, he moved to NY Cosmos, a club playing in the MLS. He won 2 trophies there, but it was already the end of his career. Later, he changed clubs several times, but they were clubs at a much lower level. He ended his career in 1991. After finishing his career, he worked, among others, as an assistant coach at Barcelona. However, he did not make a coaching career. Johan Neeskens died on October 6, 2024. He is definitely one of the greatest legends of the Netherlands, but he played his whole life with Johan Cruyff, who overshadowed his genius. Leave a subscription to stay up to date with the world of football